Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about digital planning versus paper planning, and is digital planning right for you? Now, I have got my handy little notepad here, so I have a few points that, as a former paper planner and current digital planner, I feel make the most sense when trying to make this decision. Number one, and this one I think is very relevant in our current state of global pandemic, is expense. Now, let me preface this by saying that buying a tablet is not a cheap endeavor, okay? However, most people already have them. So I'm going on the assumption that you already have either an Android tablet, a Samsung, an iPad, something like that already laying around that you can use for planning, as well as whatever else you use it for. So when it comes to expense for buying a planner, okay, say it's, new year, new me, January 2021. Let's hope that this year is better than the last one. Where do you go? What do you look for, right? Now, the industry standards for paper planning are going to run you, depending on where you go, are going to run you probably... You could get a good planner. You could get a good, happy planner even from, say, Michael's for about $35 last time I checked. And Michael's has the 40% off coupon, so you could get it for even less than that, for an entire year's worth of planning. So the higher end of that, though, are going to be your, like, Erin Condren's, customized Erin Condren's, which are going to be up and over $100. So depending on what you're looking for and how much you're willing to spend, anywhere from, without the coupon, $30-ish to about, we'll say $75 for a non customized Erin Condren. Now, a digital planner, this is all over the map, y'all. You can find free digital planners if you know where to look that will run you an entire year's worth of content. Or you can go and find something a little more fancy with links and note pages and the whole nine for probably around, I think the average out there is around $25. And then you've got some of them where you're like, holy crap, what are you trying to sell me, when they're trying to sell you for $70? And you're like, oh, hell to the no. So, expense of actually buying a planner to start with are typically more expensive on the paper side. So there we go. Number one. Number two, this is where my leap into digital planning shines, okay? Let's call this one the fear of commitment. Now, if you're a decorative planner like I am, and like probably a lot of us are, with physical planning, okay, you buy the sticker books, you buy the sticker sheets, you can get the books at Michael's or Joann's, or you can buy them on Etsy or wherever, right? And you get them, and the sheet is beautiful, and you open up your planner, and you're like, this is going to look fantastic, and then you pull the sticker off, and you go, but I'm going to use it, and then it's going to be gone. Okay, that's the fear of commitment. I had this fear. I still have this fear. That's why I have so many candles around my house that have never been lit. So, yeah, I know this one. But with digital planning, it doesn't matter. Even if you stick it someplace and you go, I don't like that, you just delete it. You just delete it, you guys. And you still have it on your main sticker sheet. So, the fear of commitment is not there with the digital side for stickers. It can be for planners. Let's don't be stupid. It can be for planners, because if you buy something thinking it's one thing and it turns out to be something else, it's a little harder to gauge that way. But just for stickers, the fear of commitment factor is gone when it comes to digital stickers. The next one is some of us have the need for multiple planners. Now, for me, I have my personal planner, which I call the Beast, that has my appointments, my kid schedules, my work schedules, stuff like that. But then I also have another one that is my journaling / scrapbooking planner. And then I have another one that is for my Facebook group that is my extreme planning planner. So I have 3 planners at all times, at minimum. Okay. I also have my brand planner, and I have my podcasting planner. All right. Now, physically, with my physical planner, I had one and I made it work, right? But again, I wasn't doing all this other stuff at the time when I was a physical planner. So I don't know, I might have ended up with two. But so for me, I can have, 6 planners all right here. I don't need to have 6 books over here. However, and I'm going to be howevering a lot in this video, for a lot of physical planners, that little shelf of all the beautiful planners it's like Christmas, one, I want to say it's, oh God, one of the planner accounts that I follow on Instagram, I don't want to quote it because I'm going to get it wrong, but every single one of her posts is just this beautiful shelf of all of her planners with matching, they're all matching in this blush pink color and they're just so beautiful. And every time I see her post, I'm like, God, I miss that. But I miss the aesthetic. I don't miss the physical planner. So that's a preference thing, which you prefer. But I'm not going to lie, y'all. When I see those beautiful spreads, I'm like, oh, I love that. So the next thing, and this is a deal breaker for some people, just like the library versus Kindle, there's the tactile feeling of a planner in hand versus having the tablet in hand. Now, I used to be the tactile person. I liked to have the pen, the paper, the whole nine like that. But I got over that real quick when I had kids who were constantly getting into everything. And also, as I've tried to pare down a lot of my stuff, I've found that having it all here on my tablet is a lot more conducive to my lifestyle. So that's a preference thing. Do you like to have the feeling of the book? Do you like the book open on your desk, on your table? Or are you the, I'm just going to open up this app and see what I need to do, or screen capture it and make it a background for your desktop, whatever your preference is. That is a total preference thing. Now, the next one, and I am a digital planner, and I'm going to say this is a digital planning con, okay? How much patience you have for app and technology issues. So for me, this isn't really that big of a deal because I am very consistent with my backups and saving. I haven't yet lost any content that I cared about. However, I know people who have. So you have to factor in, okay, is an occasional app crash, which saves your content. GoodNotes does save your content if it crashes. But is an app crash a deal breaker for you? Or is it something where you can be like, damn it, and then open it up and go right back to work? So physical planners obviously don't do that. You might have a pen run out of ink, which is frustrating, but it's not, it's no big deal to grab another pen. So that's a definite physical planner pro. Let's call that a physical planner pro. You're not reliant on an app to get to your planner. So then the next one, and this is on both sides, you guys, but for me, it's a little worse on the digital side, is the fear of missing out. Now, with physical planners, especially with the higher cost physical planners, if you drop $70 on something, you're not in a hurry to get something else. You're like, okay, well, this is a little different than I thought, but I can make it do this. You know what I mean? That's what I used to do anyway. But with digital planning, it's all right there, you guys. Everything is right here. If you want a new planner, you can go onto Etsy. You can buy a new planner in 10 seconds. It's on your tablet. Stickers are the exact same way. You get to you find the shops that you really like, and I have a few, but you find the shops that you really like, and every time they release something new, you're like, crap, I need to have that. It's only X amount of bucks. I can have it immediately. I don't have to wait for it to come in the mail, or I don't have to go to the craft store. It's easy to get sucked into it, you guys. Now, for the physical part of it, okay, that it's there, okay? Especially if you're on Instagram. Oh my God. People showing these new brush pens or Tombow pens or these new Feud pens or this washi or these paper styles or this ding acetate. It's all still there, but it's a little harder to get. So it's easier to kind of rein it in. For me, anyway. It's easier to rein it in. So the next one, this can be taken as a pro or a con. For me, it's kind of a con emotionally, but it's a pro physically, is I miss going into Joann's or Michael's and looking at all the planning stuff. Now, I do spend my fair share of time on Etsy looking at the digital content. I do. But it's not the same as going into Michael's and seeing, oh, yes, all the recollections are buy one, get one half off, right? And that feeling of like flipping through the sticker books and seeing what else is out there. And you know how they have the tape on the side, so you're trying to see what's under? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But so being able to physically buy is it's a luxury that I miss. Oh God, I sound like such a spoiled brat, but I do miss it. It's like when you go into a library nowadays, you're like, oh, it's nostalgic. That's what it is. It's nostalgic. Okay. So the next one, and this one is a little more on the pro side toward digital, not necessarily decorative digital, like with like with Good Notes or Metamoji, but digital in that this is something digital does that physical can't, and that is reminders. So for me, I have reminders set for like my kids' live classes online, or if I have a Skype meeting or a Zoom meeting, we have an appointment coming up, we have to do this or we have to do that. I will put those in my family's shared calendar online, and our listening thing that starts with an A that I'm not going to say because then she'll start talking will make sure everyone who needs to know knows. Like, this calendar's connected to my husband's phone. It's connected to my phone, to my tablet. We always know what's going on, even if something is put on the calendar when the other person's not around or available. So with physical planners, you can't do that. That said, though, it's nothing to go pick up your phone and go, hey, so-and-so, put a reminder for this, but that's more toward you can do this with digital that you can't do with physical. And then the next one, and this one was the big one for me, you guys. This was what really made me say, okay, I want to make digital planning work for me, was stuff. All the stuff. Like the rolling carts, the washi, the pens, the whiteout, the printer ink, the papers, the silhouette, machine. All of that stuff takes up so much room. And I mean, there was never a time when I was physical planning when I said to myself, oh, I wish I hadn't thrown this away, because I never threw anything away. And I used all of it, right? I used all the crap that I kept, but it was just so much crap. So with digital planning, I still have all that stuff, but it's all virtual. So I don't have to have, 50 washi rolls or, all these different pens and all these different inks and all these different papers. I don't need to have all that stuff. Virtually, I do have it. So, it's kind of like going minimal without having to go minimal, if that makes sense. I think I have a lot more planning stuff now than I did physically, but it takes up way less space than it did when I was a physical planner. So the last one for me is kind of a pro toward the physical planner side, and that is the ease of visibility. So, and I did touch on this a little bit before, but I kind of want to go a little more in depth now. When I was a physical planner, I would have my planner open like this on my desk all the time, until everything was finished, and then I would close it for the day and open it when I came out the next morning. But, so I would always be able to just at a glance, what do I need? At a glance, what do I need? With the digital planner, it's not always on my screen. I don't know why that was, but it's not always here. So if I want to see what's on my planner, I have to open my app. Now, for me, that's not a deal breaker because I enjoy opening my app. I enjoy picking up my tablet and I enjoy going through all of my stuff and my, things that I made. And I love that I can just kind of shut stuff off. Just pick up my tablet, get on my couch in my jammies and, my, what I call my grown-up blanket. It's a poncho. But I can, climb onto the couch and just do my thing. I have everything I need at my fingertips and I don't have to have a table with all this crap spread out in front of me. All I need is my tablet and my stylus and I have everything I need. So for me, that's an easy sacrifice for the ease of visibility, to just open the app and see what I need. I can see the argument for the other way because if I could have this just open all the time and it didn't take power and, all that, I could see how I would benefit from that, but it's nothing for me to sacrifice for all the ease of stuff that I do have with it. So is digital planning for you? It's personal preference, which we knew that going into this video, but really consider what your life looks like, what your time looks like, because I'll say this too. Digital planning takes just as long as physical planning if you're a decorative planner. This is not a shortcut, y'all. And I don't want it to be because that is my me time. That's my downtime. That's I'm going to sit and I'm going to go through all my stuff and I'm going to plan. It takes me the better part of an hour and a half to do my weekly spreads. And that is my me time. Physically, with a physical planner, it was no less time. In fact, it might have been a little more when you factor in taking out all your crap and cleaning up all your crap. So, really, really figure what your life looks like, what your technology level is, if you have the patience to deal with the technology or if you have the patience to learn the technology. Because when I started digital planning, oh man, I was determined to do it because I could already see the benefits of having it done. But the first 2 weeks were tough. They were tough. I literally had my physical planner here and my tablet here. And I was like trying to make this transition because while physical planning does take time, if you know how to do it, it's mindless time. You're not sitting here thinking about it. You're just doing it and enjoying it. But when I first started digital planning, God, it was monotonous. I was like, how do I do this again? How do I do this again? Why isn't this working? Why is it doing it like that? So you have to take the time to learn the ins and outs of it before it becomes the pleasurable thing that it is when you're a decorative physical planner. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I've been rambling for almost 20 minutes, which is pretty good for me because I've been known to talk about planner stuff for hours on end. Hours. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys have any other questions about digital planning or about making the transition from physical to digital planning, then leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.